Hello guys, and here's today's update from cosmopolitan Carrión de los Condes in the middle of absolutely nowhere in Spain. I'm joking. So let me tell you what's happened, where we are so far, what we've accomplished and what the plan is. So I'll switch the camera around and show you the map for a second. And you see here, I'll show you, this is our bedroom by the way, I'll show you this in a while, I'll talk about this. So you can see the map here, there are in total 33 stages. Of those 33 stages, as per Brearley's book here, we have completed 16. But in fact, we've walked those 16 in 15 days and we've taken a day off. We've had a day of rest in Logroño. So this is where we are, and we're taking a day's rest here tomorrow as well, and I'll tell you why in a moment. That leaves us 8 days to do there, plus 9 there. So there's 17 more stages to go. Now, whether or not we do it in 17 days, or we do it in 16 days or 15 days, is a function of how well we're feeling. So that's just where we are in the walk. We're almost effectively halfway. We've done 380 something kilometres. Is that correct, Ellie?
383.
383 kilometres done, and there's probably around 406 or 407 or something to go. So we're almost halfway in terms of distance, albeit not in terms of walks. And we're just one walk short, if you wish, or one day, one section short. I'll be halfway in the sections, but we've covered half the mileage. So, yeah, so really pleased. So, first, little bit of update. We both feel okay. I have a bit of a cold. I don't know where I got it. Probably, it's hot and cold at night time. And so you sort of wake up and you're roasting, you push everything off you, and then you wake up later and you're freezing. Also, we haven't really had a night's sleep, a proper night's sleep since we started. I don't think Ellie's had one. I certainly haven't had one. And so here we are. Let me just show you our room. Here we are. And there's Ellie. And she's going to be talking to you all in a minute. Here we are. And you can see our little crosses up there over the bed. So we're in a convent. And I'm going to get Ellie perhaps to tell you a little bit about where we are and what our experience was checking in this place today and what we think of it.
Yes, it was really lovely. You found the number in the guidebook and called, and it said that it was an albergue style accommodation, but it was 74 beds divided by 74,
yeah.
Which means that they all had private rooms, which sounded amazing. So we booked in, and then we arrived. There's several older ladies in their, I don't know,
nuns, obviously.
Yeah, nuns. And they were so kind. They told us to sit down and take off our shoes, all in speedy Spanish, but very, very kind. And showed us to our room and said, whenever you're ready, come check in. So yeah, like it feels like it hasn't been touched in 20 years, but it is also so nice to have some space for a change.
I mean, give you an example, guys, of how silly all of this gets. Ellie and I are there and we're saying, oh, towels, a bath mat, sheets on the bed, this kind of stuff. So we want to have a rest day. I want to go back to the rest day for a moment. So after we had walked 7 days before, we had our rest day. And now since then we've walked 8 days
straight,
doing more sections, one extra section.
Yeah.
And we feel it's time for rest day for the following reasons. One, we both need a night's sleep. Two, we need a bit of privacy just for a while, and we can have our own bit of space and do whatever. 3, everything is feeling just a little bit rickety, and not for Ellie. Ellie's feeling fine. She can't wait to keep going. But my knees are feeling a little bit funny. Just today I felt a little bit funny. My soles, my feet were very sore at the end of the walk. We did 30 kilometres yesterday.
Yes.
And we did 27 kilometres today. And, it's fair old mileage. when you're doing it every single day. And we just feel a little bit worn out, or at least I feel a little bit worn out. So I asked Ellie, would she mind if we stopped here on the basis that we have a room?
Yeah.
And the idea is that you've got 2 nights sleep and you've got a day a room for the day, so you can just crash here. Nobody's tucking you out in the morning. I mean, in the hostels or the albergues, you got to be gone by 8 in the morning. We're usually gone by 6 or 6:30, but you have to be gone by 8, and then you're on the street. So you're either walking or not. Whereas this way, you can just crash and stay in bed. We might sleep in something really decadent. Might sleep until 8 o'clock or something tomorrow. So the walking day was, well, first go back to yesterday evening. The place we stayed in yesterday evening was absolutely lovely. And the guy on the desk spoke 6 languages that we're aware of, but he spoke them well, fluently. And what was his name? Eduardo, that's it. And the guy who owns the place made this big speech before dinner. There were 70 or 80 of the pilgrims all around in trestle tables having the dinner, and it was actually a lovely dinner. Really, really best dinner actually I've had since I've come. Proper size portions. Everything here is at a half portion. Proper size portion. It was really, really nice. And this morning we didn't get up too early. Oh, that's not true. I thought we weren't getting up too early this morning. As I said, when I saw it was 6 o'clock and I was wide awake, I said, that's okay. I'll get up now and I'll leave Ellie in bed for another half hour or whatever. And so I got up and got my gear and I wandered downstairs and sat down to see it was just 5 o'clock. But the guy, Eduardo, who was on yesterday evening, he was there this morning. And so he already had the coffee maker and all that set up. So I made myself a cup of mint tea and read the paper, did whatever while Ellie was getting up when she came down. Comment here, they work really hard here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we might have said this before in one of the videos, did we, Ellie?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but it's worth saying again. Yeah,
it's worth saying again. Everywhere we go, they work really hard. You see them there at 6 in the morning, you see them there at 9 o'clock at night. And you might go into a restaurant and there might be one person serving the restaurant. Like last night, for example, let's say there was 80 people being served. There was 2 people. 2. And they did everything. 3-course meals, the wine, the bread, all the bits and pieces. So they work really, really hard. They have a short season. I find it hard at the prices they're charging. I find it hard to see how they make a buck. I've got to be really honest with you. The menu last night was €14 for the pilgrim's menu. And it was a proper menu, like a proper 3-course meal, bread, wine and water, all included, for €14. So I don't know how they do it, but there you go. So today we got up and earlier than planned, but we said we'd take it easy, and I think we did take it easy, Ellie. Yeah, we did. We took it easier, and we did a fairly long walk before we had our bread. In fact, in truth, we didn't have a pan of chocolate or croissant today. We had a bit of what was like a lemon drizzle cake, because we'd walked 10k before we could find anything, and so we had our lemon drizzle cake, and then we walked on and we had a sandwich. Ellie had a bit of salad and I had a sandwich. I don't know how much further that was. I think it's 17k, was it?
I think that, close to 20.
Close to 20, okay, close to 20k. We stopped, we had our first proper bite of food, and then we pushed on another 7k to here. But honestly, when we got here, we were tired. Well, I was tired. I can't speak for Ellie. I was tired. So we went and we did some So we had look at this. Can you see down there, guys? This is our kitchen. So we went did some shopping and did some emergency rations to keep us going. Dinner's at 8. So dinner's here with the nuns. That's going to be interesting. And but there's no way in God's earth Ellie and I could survive until 8 o'clock for food. I mean, what do you think about burning a day, Ellie?
Oh, easily between 3,000 and 4,000 calories a day.
Like 3,000 and 4,000 calories a day.
That's
a lot of calories.
That's a lot to try and recoup. Like,
yeah.
You can't.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, no matter what you eat. You can eat anything while you're walking like this.
Yeah, and you find when you're walking a lot, I think, it'd be interesting to hear what other people have to say about this, but it sort of suppresses your appetite, so you can't eat big volumes. That's what I'm sort of finding. I can't sit down and eat a huge meal. I mean, there just isn't space for it. But you get hungry after a few hours, so So that's sort of the update on that. What else do we have, Ellie?
Not much, I think. Pretty all-encompassing update. Yesterday was warm, today was nice and cool. The rest of the week looks to be high teens, low 20s, so nice. But yeah, we're making great progress. I think we'll go through Leon, the end of this week.
This week, yeah.
And then it feels like we're on the home stretch after
Yes,
that.
absolutely. Today's walk was sort of interesting, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, so we left Boadilla, and the first section to Fromista was along a canal, which was really beautiful. And then the town after that, I think, or so, we took the alternative route along the river, which was really, really nice, because otherwise the whole day would have been along the roadside, which just gets very monotonous. So it added on an extra kilometre or so, but it was really nice to be in peace and quiet along the riverside with the birds, and I think it's actually an old canal. But it was really, really nice, and I think not that many other pilgrims chose that route as well, which kind of added to the serenity of it all. So that was definitely worth the detour. Yeah,
and when we came here, we actually went and Ellie went and did the laundry because all our clothes were standing up on their own.
I think roughly once a week, we're going to I'm going to a laundromat style thing where you pay a $5 and put into one of those big machines. Because no matter how well you try and hand wash stuff, at least in my experience, this is not the same. So I prefer to let it build up for the week and then give it a good thorough wash. So we met lots of other pilgrims also milling about, waiting for their loads to be done. Now everything smells nice and fresh.
Anything you want to say about romances?
Oh, it's just it's been nice. There's quite a few young people, kind of 20 to 25, and it's just nice when we bump into them and we see kind of who's walking with who and who's trying to catch up to somebody else. Because I guess when you're out on something like this, you're kind of going through a hardship together, so that kind of builds a bond. And then you're also all you really have is time to talk and learn about the other person and see how much you have in common, or if you make each other laugh or whatever. So it's really, really cute to watch.
We have two examples actually. One reminds me of Carl, Eddie's other half. This guy, Victor, who met this girl, Lisa, and really nice couple. And he's from Barcelona and she's from Holland. And she got injured. We say love is blind, of course, and she was, as I said, looking at him when she should have been looking where she was walking. She walked into a pillar or something. But so she injured herself and she was hobbling along. But he carried her bag one section. So he was carrying, and I remember Carl doing this for Ellie. And it was something really lovely. We had our little tears in our eyes, Ellie and me, thinking about it. And the other was a girl we met today, Eva. And she met this lovely English guy that we had seen a few days back in Burgos. Wasn't it in Burgos? And he was injured. He'd done something to his leg. He was sore. But I bumped into her today and I sat down, chatted to her. She said, he's coming. He walked 45 kilometres today to catch up with me. And he's down having a shower at the moment. Yeah. So it is sort of lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Yeah. And we're meeting some lovely, lovely people, aren't we, Ellie?
Yeah. It's so nice when you kind of go to the communal dinners, like the one that we were at last night, and you look around and you just see everybody smiling and chatting, and you might have absolutely nothing in common with the person beside you, but you find the common ground in the walking and the experiences, and you're looking for the best in people, and you want
that's really it, isn't it? Yeah, you are. And I also think this idea, Ellie, of the shared hardship, we're all suffering. Even the serious walkers, like Ellie, for example, are suffering a bit, and there's some sort of shared pain, which makes everybody in general sort of bond.
Yeah.
So you say hello to everyone. It's amazing, don't you?
Yeah, no, it's really lovely.
Yeah. So that's it. That's today's update, guys. And nothing much else to tell you. So from Ellie and Porrick, Ellie and Dad, in our own room with a bath towel and a bath mat. We'll talk to you in a couple of days. Cheers, guys.